I drink water. What do you mean, who drinks water? I drink tea and water.
No.
Mostly, and fruit juice.
And here we go. Ooh, Japs. Both. Japanese war.
I was hoping for maybe a not mirror matchup, but okay, well, mirror matchup it is. And
God, Vinchester's map. Oh my god. This has to be a restart.
please tell me he called a re. I mean, for me, his last map was bad enough, but this map is just...
This map is awful. This is about as bad as it gets. Don't you think?
Well, I've seen worse.
Have
Only
you?
once.
I
Only
can't-
once.
I can't remember many maps worse than this. Even this wood on the right has got an oasis as well. He's massively open. I'm not even looking at Yo's map yet.
Yep. I saw one map where the only woodline Juan had was like a screen and a half to 2 screens away.
I mean, Vinchester's view, I'm on his view at the moment, and he hasn't really scouted trees.
Yeah. If I were scouting out at this point in the game and I saw this, I would be like, okay, it's one of those days. Goth only for Wonder. Is he saying that he only chooses Goths versus Wonder because he's chosen Goths before?
I'm not sure. Maybe.
I
I'll
didn't
have a
watch
quick
that
look at
series.
Yo's map, but Vinchester's map. I'm hoping Vinchester's mind isn't completely screwed after that last game, and he just continues this game. He has to call restart there. That map is awful.
I don't think he realizes just how awful it is just yet. Maybe he's hoping the woodline on the right hand side, but he's what is he doing? He's gone mill before lumber camp,
Probably because
and
he
now
hasn't.
he has no wood for a lumber camp. Please tell me he calls a re.
His wood is miles away.
Yeah, but he's also made a mill before going for a lumber camp, which means he has no wood for a lumber camp.
Mine's gone.
What is going on?
His mind is gone.
Does he even realize he doesn't have a lumber camp?
He's Japanese, mind.
I know, but does he realize that he doesn't have a lumber camp and he skips straight to...
I don't know. Unless he's still scouting and waiting to see the best spot for it, but it's easy for him to drop one down.
But he's not taking wood, so he's not going to have the wood to get
So
a
he
lumber
knows.
camp.
So he knows what he's doing at the moment. Then
He can't. It's past 4 minutes. He's not called a re, and he doesn't have the wood for a lumber camp.
he's chopping now.
What? What in the world?
As I said, I think his mind is gone after the last game. He's throwing away such a winning game.
This is the weirdest start
in-
I've seen.
It'd be interesting to be able to message him and say, "Do you know what your name is at the moment?"
I mean, I get looking around for a good place to drop the lumber camp, but he didn't even put a single villager on stragglers for so long that I was so confused.
Well, it was only a little bit out, to be fair. It was just the one chop. None of them have come back, so it worked out quite well, actually. He wouldn't have done it if he wasn't Japs, obviously.
We say that, but then we
Nah,
have
you
no
wouldn't
idea
have.
what's
Gotta give
happening
him,
in his mind.
gotta give him credit for that one. If he wasn't Japs, he would not have done what he did. And to be fair, it worked out quite well. I think it worked out better than trying to dump a lumber camp on the right-hand side.
I suppose.
Although his map is pretty damn awful. Unless he just wants this to be an open, messy game.
Well, with a map like this, he definitely has to be more
Yo was
aggressive and...
quite lucky he didn't take more hits then on his scout.
Mm-hmm.
Concentrated entirely on Vinchester, guys and girls, because obviously you see Vinchester's position and map.
Oh, why am I not sleeping? Well, it's only midnight, and my lectures are recorded this semester, so I don't have any tutorials tomorrow. That's why I'm not sleeping. But yeah, it's definitely Vinchester has to play this very, very aggressively, and Japs are a great civ to go forward. Men at Arms in towers forward, very nice, plus the forward archery range into skirms. I'd say would be the best way to play this for Vinch. And we see him now dropping the mining camp, getting ready to start taking gold, so it does seem like he's going for the men at arms. And for Yo, I'm looking at it, well, farms, and it looks like he'll be going for something similar as well.
Good, it'll be a nice aggressive game.
Yep.
Barracks going down
And
for
Vinch, 5 bills. That's definitely going to be forward and men at arms there.
You'd think
you
so.
don't want to send that many bills forward, and that means the barracks, will be fast as well, which means he's going to have some militia out when he goes forward with the villagers. Nice and safe way to play it, just in case the opponent is rushing. But he's got plenty of information from scouting out Yo's base to know that Yo probably isn't rushing.
Well, Yo's dropping the mining camp as well, so we're going to see this players do the same sort of fight. Vinchester's 5 vills going forward are going to be key for this. I think it'll work well. I think it's a really good move with the map he's got. The map Vinchester has got, he needs to put all the aggression onto Yo. He's going to meet a couple of wolves and fortune cookie.
Well, he somehow manages to run into both wolves because the vills decide to split themselves.
Yeah. Not the end of the world, but it's always a shame to lose some hit points on villagers when you're going forward.
Yep, and also it delays you a little bit as well. You have to stop and fight the wolves rather than just letting them chase your vill all the way across the map. You're going for a bit of a house wall off, starting with the barracks.
I hope Vinch will go really aggressive with those villagers, because he's brought 5 forward with his scout. Oh, I was hoping the tower was going to go almost right into between the stone and the wood chopper. Not where it is. Where it is still quite nice, but I was really hoping for
I like it more actually,
massive
because
aggression.
it's going to control both stone piles. So he wants to make sure Yo has access to no stone in this game. It's extremely important for him. If Yo can take stone, that means he can mount a tower defense, and that's going to make it that much more difficult for this forward for Vinch to succeed, especially with the 5 vills forward. It's vital for
yeah, I just think he could have done the same thing if the tower had gone where his scout is now. Do you know what I mean? It would have stopped Yo making that tower where it is. Yo would have had to build one almost on his TC or to the right by the house. With 5 villagers.
He's also relying on the men at arms for this because he did go up really, really early.
Oh, he just lost his scout. That was messy play from Vinch then. Messy
play. The
play.
micro wasn't great for Vinch there.
Going on to stone himself, so he's going to try and tower hop a bit.
He's at least got the archery range up, and he's making the transition straight into archers. Yo obviously does not have an archery range up yet, and as far as I can tell, he doesn't have the wood for it either, since he was forced off of his lumber camp at the front. That tower is nice from Yo, but he's still not able to take any stone, so he's not going to be able to throw up any more towers to defend. He's walling off the left-hand side of his map instead, which is the second best thing he can do in this position. And he's got to find some way of making stone.
Yeah, he should
That
get
is
that.
his first
He's
priority.
definitely going to get that blocked, so Vinch is going to have to come all the way back around and start. If I was him now, he may as well start going up above the barracks on the hill advantage. Yo's sent his men-at-arms forward, so Vinch is going to have to either do a defensive tower or start to palisade himself in. I hope he's watching and paying attention.
Yep, and Yo has all 3 men-at-arms alive,
I think that's a waste of a tower there now for Vinchester, if you look. He's already hitting some of the wood. Yo can just move back. He must know that's not going to be Yo's only wood.
Yep, and Yo's already making a new lumber camp towards the left. What is he doing with that? Excuse me, Bill. It's going all the way around. Okay, that's a little messy from Yo, but that's because he's focusing at Vinch's base. Vinch has managed to micro-wall everything really, really quickly with his villagers, so that's very good for him. And it looks like Yo was looking for more stone piles. Or maybe, nope, he was just trying to get some line of sight. I suppose he knows where the stone piles are. He needs to make sure that he knows when Vinch is going for another tower on that new wood line and his main gold. He needs to keep that safe.
He's going to go for fletching quite quick as well, Vinch. Well, as soon as he can. Vinch really safe at home, as you said. He was very quick with his palisade, walled Yo out. Yo hasn't done anything, so I don't know if some point Yo will try and bring back, but Vinch has moved into his archers quite quickly.
But Yo's actually added men-at-arms, and he's into the stone from Vinch. He added in 2 extra men-at-arms, and with the hill advantage, he took down those palisades so quickly, the unbuilt one.
I think Vinch can almost forget his home stone. He should just use his 5 villagers. He's going to try another...
Yeah, he's got to be careful, though, because
with those vills going
Japanese
through and forward.
Yo's just walling in towards the town centre, though. He's perfectly fine with this. Vinch can't really run past the TC.
Which is why I don't see why Vinch just keep going that way. He should go back around where the stone is and where the barracks are for Yo. He should have put another tower up on the hill there and started mining all his stone. With those forward 5 vills.
Vinch is doing either. He's just wasting his vill time. He's wasting those archers. I mean, Yo right now has 2 skirmishes, which is nowhere near enough to deal with 5 archers with fletching when he doesn't have fletching himself.
He's in on the gold now, and Vinch has had to delete his mining camp as well. I don't get why he's done it, but okay.
I think Vinch has been confusing us a lot this series. This is just another one in a series of confusing events.
Now he's using his forward vills to take Yo's resource. I think he should have just gone for the stone and made himself a lot safer at home.
And now Yo's going to head straight to the lumber camp. Vinch is actually going to stonewall the vills in on the lumber camp because he doesn't want a repeat of what was happening with the miners for the gold as well as the stone. So Yo's going to move on to the lumber camp, but in the meantime, could be a big hit on the right-hand side of Yo's base with that army coming in from Vinch. That's 7 archers with fletching plus a man-at-arm. And Yo only has, what, 3 skirmishers and an archer inside his archery range?
Oh, if Vinch allows Yo to get away without losing the vill here, that's going to be sacrilege.
It's sacrilege, I guess.
And those skirms will potentially put Yo off. No, he's still... Yo run back down, so... Vinch is going to be afraid of that. Isn't going to be afraid of that, I mean. Not is.
Well. He lost the man-at-arm, and it looks like...
Yeah, he's been pushed away now.
Vinch away.
Yep, pushed away with those skirms.
Okay, so someone explaining that Vinch warmed up with vodka, apparently.
Yeah, he probably doesn't mean the player. He means the drink.
He could be making a bit of a pun, you know?
Yeah, I think he is making a pun, whoever it is.
Yep.
Oh, that's a shame. Vinch could have been so much different if that first game had gone in Vinch's favour, giving him that feel-good and that confidence. I think he's...
I'm feeling the double bit axe at minute 1940-something for Vinch. I mean, he did go very aggressive and he went up quite early, but that is a pretty late double bit axe. I heard a bit. It looks like he is able to defend back at home now with a couple of archers coming in to deal with those men-at-arms from Yo, and the problem right now is Yo is completely safe back at home now. He's happy just taking the gold on the right-hand side, the wood on the right-hand side. He doesn't even need the stone to defend. I mean, usually when you get forwarded with towers, the stone is crucial, but somehow, with Vinch not taking the stone at the front and going for quite an effective tower rush further on the right-hand side, it's given Yo too much space.
Yeah. Definitely picked the wrong way to go. Without a doubt.
Alright, so the defensive tower on the wood line from Vinch going to be completed. Yo can't really deny that. He doesn't have enough skirmishers there to deal with that massive archers from Vinch, and Vinch is sticking to the hill anyway, so Yo's just gonna hightail it out of there. I'm gonna have a quick look at resources. Both players looking equally far away from clicking to Castle Age.
Villager count is pretty equal.
Yeah, Vinch is getting wheelbarrow though, so it seems like Vinch is slightly ahead with Yo not having wheelbarrow just yet. He's clicked it just now, so should be still fairly even. But nice trap here from Vinch, trapping the army of Yo in between the towers as well as his army on top of the hill. That was quite well played. And looks like Yo's going to find those vills on the secondary gold from Vinch here at the front as well at the same time. Vinch does have some archers there, but
yeah, I don't think Yo's going to do... Yo's not going to do any damage there. He's going to have to run away. And he lost his forward bit of military.
Yeah, it was just 2 skirms left or something, so not really that much for him. He's now going for the 3rd archer range, so he's playing this quite aggressive. I'm not sure why both players decided to...
yeah, but he can go. He can afford the 3rd archery range, so can he? If you look at his wood and gold, and just keep his food then to go up, and he's probably just going to go mass archers, and still be able to click Castle Age a long time before Vinch.
Even with that eco imbalance, and he's actually going to get a market now with that excess wood. And Yo actually still continuing to make skirmishes though, so he's not going full archers. He realizes that with Vinch making so many skirms himself, he kind of can't afford to go only archers or he will take too much damage back at home while he gets ready to go up to Castle Age.
Gonna sell his gold and click up soon as the market's done.
Yep, and it will be done fairly soon, using 2 villagers to build that market. Meanwhile, back at home, Vinch is continuing to invest into those defensive towers. He's playing this really, really defensive. And there we go, the Castle Age click coming up from Yo, 2 vills ahead of Vinch somehow. And Vinch's army gonna get cleared up at the back of Yo's base, but he is bringing another army in from the front, and I think Yo spotted this out already, and he's going to head over to intercept with some archers and skirmishers of his own. So this is pretty well defended from Yo, noticing pretty fast reactions coming out from him, and with the much earlier Castle Age, I mean, Vinch is about to click now, but it's going to be about 1.5 to 2 minutes after Yo.
There he goes.
Okay, 1 minute. That's not too bad. I was a little off.
Vinch really needs to stay aggressive though, because I don't think he can afford Yo to get to Castle Age, drop a siege straight away maybe, and take out all his military buildings at the front. So I hope that Vinchester continues to make aggressive stuff around that front area.
I think it's interesting that Yo right now is making so many skirmishes and letting that gold build up. It feels like he wants to go aggressive with his army, which means he needs many more skirmishes to defend back at home, but then he's doubling back with the archers, and he's going to leave that wood line slightly exposed at the front while he does this, and Vinch is coming in and should be able to do some damage as well.
I think when he sees the amount of skirms though, I don't think Vinch will stay around there for too long.
No, he shouldn't.
Picked off 1 vill, should get a second. No. Disappearing already at the same time as Yo. No, he's given up going forward. He's
getting crossbow and bodkin.
He's coming round the back. Yeah, he's coming round the back to get that gold. Is he dropping a siege at all yet?
Yeah, it's on the hill. And he's got vills heading forward and skirmishes as well. That's just going to give him more line of sight, a bit more map control, keep that wood line slightly safer as well. And you're not really microing those crossbows. It only gets 1 vill there at the forward gold from Vinch. Oh, is he gonna? Oh, he's gonna get to the top of the cliff and try and get some more, but not that accurate. Even intercepts the army from Vinch coming in and gets a bit of damage on. Nope, misses all the shots. Okay. Eco. Not seeing extra town centers from either player. I mean, Yo has no stone, so and no access to any stone, so he can't really go for that. But he is keeping track of Vinch's army very well, getting elite skirmisher. Same thing for Vinch, who's got an elite skirm and crossbow upgrade. Yo's elite skirm upgrade's not complete yet, though, so that was.
No, it is. Yeah, that was
Now
slightly
Vinch can't
unlucky.
take it. And Vinch is in trouble on the left-hand side of the map as well, getting his own defensive siege workshop. But Yo's crossbows are already coming in from the left. Vinch sees this immediately and retreats towards the tower and somehow manages to get away with all the villagers.
Vinch is going to end up losing all of that forward area. Yo, cleverly's gone for a ram straight away. Vinch is not going to be able to take that ram out at all.
Yep. He needs to as well. He needs to secure a stone, otherwise he's going to be on 1 TC the whole game unless he buys a stone. And he also wants to stay safe. I mean, taking down those 2 military buildings for Vinch at the front also means that Vinch is going to have to remake them back at home, and it's going to stop military production for some time as well. Alright, so you're continuing to try and raid on the left-hand side. First tower is almost down for Vinch already. And you're immediately going to stone, as expected. He wants to build some town centers and defend his economy a little, while Vinch forces the crossbows away, back at home on the left-hand side, and Yo's happy to play more defensive now. I hear a university as well, so ballistics on the way for Yo. So, if you were in Vinch's position now, Taff, what do you think the best thing to do for him would be?
Well, he's going to have to keep producing non-stop with his archers. He's quite defensive at home. But I pass. He just needs to keep doing exactly what he's doing. He cannot stop making.
Yeah, and we see the Mangonel War. Oh, Vinch, and you're okay. It's a trade, not too bad. That's actually okay for Vinch, but the problem is Yo's got his siege workshop much closer. So Yo's going to retreat for a little bit, but he's still got that ram working on the forward archery range. Does Vinch have archery ranges back at home? I'm not seeing any. So if these archery ranges go down, then that production that you're talking about from Vinch is going to be a bit of a problem.
Yeah, that's why it was crucial. He had to stay forward. He had to keep those ranges up and not allow Yo to take them out, because he's lost his military building straight away. And in this sort of level of game, it's not so simple to say I just make them all again back at home, because he loses. Oh, nice shot!
Yo's crossbows.
That was a nice shot. That was definitely
That was a
worth
nice
it.
attack round.
Definitely.
Yeah, that was a nice attack round.
If you look at Yo's archers, a lot of them are weak.
Yep, taking quite a lot of damage, but he did go for some pretty nice splits after that. On the other hand, I was looking at the 2 previous upgrades. We saw Vinch. I saw had
Vinch just gone defensive again after the really great shots. He should have chased down that army. He's tried to be aggressive, and then the instant he has that slight advantage, he goes back again. And he's
worried about the mangonels from Yo, because he knows that Yo has that siege workshop so much closer. He doesn't want to risk getting him.
Yeah, but then you just got to, at
shot.
his level, he's got to go in and he's got to micro and he's got to check and he's got to split and he's got to move and he's got to run, because he had the advantage on Yo's army then, and I don't know what he's worried about. But if you look at Vinch's
resources, like, it feels like he wants to play greedy again. He wants to go for that earlier Imperial Age again. Whereas if you look at Yo, it's pretty much the same. He's got a lot of food. He actually got handcart because he had so much food built up. He wasn't able to get the town centers for so long, which means he obviously had the excess food. So we're going to see Imperial Age. Oh no, Vinch's TC at the front.
I know. Yo caught him. And
he got caught with his pants down.
With the 2 mangonels as well, if he starts to take that higher ground, then Vinchester's wood line at the front is in trouble.
I'm kind of surprised Yo's choosing not to take the top of the hill. I mean, now he's going to see the mangonel from Vinch. Ooh, nice split from Yo.
Yeah, you see the difference. Yo hasn't run away from that mangonel. He's gone in and he split. Okay, he allowed Vinch to get 1 shot. But Yo didn't run away from it. He went in, he split, and he attacked.
But he's on top of the hill as well. He knows how far he can push it. I mean, this is kind of why Yo did so well in WSVG and a lot of more recent tournaments, and why Vinch is probably a lot less experienced. Vinch does get a free mangonel there. You're going to stick to the top of the hill, and it's going to be a trade.
1 each.
All right. Well, technically, Vinch got 2 with the 1 mangonel, but he lost a mangonel to the crossbows.
Picked an awful fight uphill on the right-hand side as well.
Yeah.
Yo's on his way to Imperial Age, as you can see on the overlay.
And Vinch still is not. I mean, Vinch is 56 to 64 villages. Having that TC get denied is really, really bad for him. He really needs to secure some extra wood on the map. I mean, even Yo has to know this by now.
Is Yo paying
had a pretty good
attention
look
on the
of-
TC? Is going to be another good shot.
Nope.
He just
Yeah.
spotted and ran.
He's usually pretty good at that. And we're seeing a nice castle coming up for Yo on the left-hand side. On top of that hill, going to secure a secondary gold as well as map control. It's a pretty good castle. It's not too aggressive. I mean, he's going up to Imperial Age, so he doesn't want to play it too risky. Why are they not making samurai? Well, I would say the eco and the fact that they're in Castle Age probably is why.
You may
But
see
yeah,
some samurai if it goes really late, but unlikely
I don't
for
think
a long
it's going
time.
to get
No.
that late,
It's
to
going
be
to be
honest.
arbalists, trebs.
I mean, Vinch is still not on the way to Imperial Age, and Yo is about to hit Imp in a minute or so. So it's going to be a pretty big struggle once Yo gets to Imperial Age. Yo already has that really nice mass of military units as well. If you're looking at the military, 36 to 11. 11 military for Vinch. How is he going to deal with 30 plus arbs in Imperial Age?
Yo's castle doing his job as well. Vinchester trying to go for the same spot,
Yep.
and as you said, Yo's castle was in a nice spot, and it's on the hill advantage as well.
And we see Yo just sticking to that hill with his mangonel, with his units, patrolling around, keeping an eye on where Vinch might come in and try and raid his economy. Now in Imperial Age and getting Arbalest
GG
as well
straight away
as-
from Vinchester.
GG.
He's
Not even going to try.
He's ready to click up himself, but he obviously felt
Yep.
he was going to be a long way behind. Interesting start to the game, and the rest became very sort of ordinary and normal. I'll quick look at the stats, guys. Yo obviously had the advantages. And that's the 2-0 for Mr. Yo so far. That's Yo guaranteed top spot in Group B.